It's like 10 a.m. here in St. Louis. I am getting ready to head out to work, and I will be back probably around 6 p.m. tonight. But just wanted to check in with people and send out some random good wishes. I hope that your day is awesome. And I put up a poll on the community tab on my YouTube if you guys want to vote on what my next live video will be. One that'll be like long because this one's gonna be kind of short. But yeah, so if you want to go and vote for what you want, I offered like 4 options. If there's something that you want to see that I didn't offer, just leave a comment on that post and I will, take it into consideration. But yeah, I'm about to go do a shipment shift, and it's one of my favorite. There's something about the neurodivergent urge to just like sort and organize things, and it's really funny because today me, my son, and my dad were going through. My dad bought my son these like coin books, so he got like a nickel one and a penny one, and so it's got a bunch of different years and like types of coins, and so like we were all going through that, and I was like, this is like a very neurodivergent like pleasure. A lot of neurotypical people find it like annoying or not soothing the way that we do. It's funny because like as someone who didn't really know much about autism at all until like recent years, the more I learn about it, the more I really see autistic traits, not only in my son, but in myself and even my father. And, which makes sense because it's like genetic a lot of times passed down, so. It's just funny. I wonder if that's like one of the reasons that we all get along so well, is this. We just have a lot of the similar, as they would call it back in the day, quirks. But they're just neurodivergent traits, like getting like pacified from organizing and sorting like things. I don't know. There's this really cool like social media presence that I follow, Caitlin, and she was on Love on the Spectrum, and so she does a lot of really cool skits that not only highlight lower functioning, which I hate that term. I'm gonna say instead people on the autism spectrum with a higher support level, higher need for support levels, or something. Gotta find a more eloquent way to say it, but I don't like the low and high functioning terminology because people who are level 3 on the autism spectrum just function in their own way, and I think it's really like not great to imply that they're unable to function. Like by normal standards, yes, their functioning is lower, but it's like, I don't know, I just wish there were different words for it. I think like high support needs or low support needs, is like a better way to describe the levels of autism, but that's a tangent. Anyways, I hope everyone has a really good day and embraces all their weird, quirky traits without shame, because the more we hide ourselves, like, the more we just bring about fake people into our lives, when we can be our true, like, authentic selves. Like, sure, it might be off-putting to some people, but those people that will genuinely appreciate who you are will be more drawn to you. At least that's how it's been for my own life. I know for a long time I hid a lot of my weirdness, and it only just left me feeling nervous every time I was around my friends because I wasn't really being myself, if that makes sense. So yeah, again, another digression, but I am getting ready to head out to work. I posted a poll, for those of you that are just now joining, I posted a poll in my community tab so you can vote on what you'd like to see as a live video from me next time. I put like, I think 4 different options. I can go for a walk and go live. I'll be out of breath, but I could do like a painting video. We can do a Q&A if you guys would like. You guys can like text questions in the chat and I could answer them, or I don't remember what the other option I put on there is, but go to my community tab, vote on the poll, what kind of live you'd like to see from me next. When I have more time, I may try and go live again this evening after I get off work. It'll be probably around like, well, I'll get home around like 6 p.m., so maybe like 6:37. Give myself some time to decompress after work. Might just do live painting because I might just want to paint afterwards. But if you guys want me to go for a walk and talk, then I'll do that instead, and that could be my motivation to get more exercise. But it is a shipment shift that I'm doing today, so that will be quite a lot of physical exertion. Not like compared to manual labor jobs, I guess, but for a retail position, shipment is like the most physically intensive one. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, I still got about 10-20 minutes till I gotta leave for work, so figured I'd just come on here. Beth Sanchez said, I love you. Aww. Brian said something I'm not gonna read out loud, but good to know. It's not particularly my thing, but no shame to whoever's it is. We don't kink shame around these parts. Sometimes I kink ask why, but Shark YouTube said, don't smoke, it's bad for you. I agree. I'm still gonna do it. I am trying to smoke. I did buy cigarettes last night. I know, it's bad. I used to smoke like over a pack a day, and I have recently switched to vaping, which I know, the popcorn lung, whatever, but like, the truth is that I lost my smoker's cough after I started vaping. This is not an endorsement. I don't think anyone should smoke nicotine or vape. I think it's really bad for you, but I also know that as someone who has given up drinking, where the ganja, I've also given up cannabis, so my vices are nicotine and caffeine, and these are the only drugs that I've been partaking in recently. Locke said they like my lip piercing. Thank you. I used to have snake bites. You can see here, and this one closed up though. I also had this guy pierced, but it got stuck between the space in my teeth. It was terrible. Bruno said, ciao, my friend. Greetings from Italy. Ah, nice. Don't smoke. Have to smoke after a long shift. Yeah, I know. I wish I didn't smoke cigarettes. But again, I can only do so much as a person. I have to hold on to some of my vices. Real Dog asked if I am Hawaiian. I am actually not Hawaiian, but I am a purebred mutt. I am Chinese, Portuguese, German, Irish, Native American, and Scandinavian. So, a lot of it. Brian said, bring back the 420. You know, I have not decided to forever give up smoking cannabis, but I have chosen to work on my own discipline, and I have made it a goal to give up cannabis for at least the next 6 months, just to prove to myself that I can. The only other times in my life that I stopped smoking, because I started smoking cannabis when I was 14 years old. Don't recommend that either, but I was very traumatized from living in an abusive household as a child, and so I used cannabis to cope, and realizing that has encouraged me to choose to take time to stop. Let's see. Sorry, I got a lot of comments. Let's see. Shark said my grandpa died from smoking. I'm so sorry to hear that. I also lost a grandfather from lung cancer from smoking his whole life. And so I know it's bad. And again, I don't encourage anyone to smoke. And I know it's a bit hypocritical of me, but again, I'm just a person doing my best, so I'm not going to be perfect. Let's see. 2 shots and 2 cigarettes after work, said Bruno. And he also said, what kind of Scandinavian? I'm also Nordic, despite my extremely Italian name. I'm actually not very sure. I did not know that I was part Scandinavian for a while until my grandmother on my mother's side did like a 23andMe DNA test, and we got Scandinavian back as like a large percentage. There was also a bunch of smaller percentages of other European, but I imagine being my grandmother, I don't have a lot of those, so I don't really include them, but she was like, I think it said like 30% Scandinavian or something like that. Oh, Beth said you're great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, really. You all are great for watching my silly little life. I really appreciate people's support. I am trying to monetize my various social medias just for like another stream of income, because it's hard out here, especially in the United States. Shark YouTube said no one can be perfect except God. Yes, I kind of agree. no one is perfect. I definitely agree with that. I do think, though, that we all have a bit of a divine spark within ourselves. Now, that doesn't mean that we are perfect, but I do find that we have our own level of divine perfection in a sense. We have, I think that is what manifests as like our intuition, our conscience, and stuff like that. And I have my own very unique spiritual beliefs. I would not say I'm religious. I don't follow any specific religious dogma, but I am on my own spiritual journey, and I do think that it is very important to have a sense of perfection to aim for, in a way, not in a way that's going to like cause you anxiety or anything like that, but I do think having goals of being a better person and being more godlike, I guess, or I don't know, that's not really the right word, just being more compassionate and caring towards others, more open, more patient, understanding of the things that we don't understand, I think is really important. Bruno said, I'm a mutt too. Italian, Norwegian, Icelandic, Native American, Apache, Celtic, as well as Egyptian and Dominican. Oh, that's really cool. I mean, I love all of us being like such a variety of different human races. I think it really helps bind us all together and show us that we're really not all so different from one another. Shark YouTube said you're a Christian. That's great. I really believe that whatever religion is going to bring you peace and motivate you to be a better person is awesome. I think, though, any religion that is encouraging you to hurt others or feel superior to them is something that needs to be re-examined. Just, that's my own view. No one has to listen to me. I'm no one and nothing. So, you know, you don't have to listen to anything I say. I guess I technically identify as omnist, and so if you're not familiar with omnism, omni comes from Greek Latin word meaning all, and so what that entails in my own personal beliefs is that every religion comes from a divine spark of truth, but I do think that no one has gotten it completely right yet. I mean, if we look at the way the world is, just from a logical standpoint, there's still so much pain, suffering unnecessarily, and I think that if there was one correct religion, we would have found it by now and everyone would be practicing it. But because there's so much difference among what we practice as religion, I don't think that that means there's any one only right way. And so as an omnist, I respect all religions, and I especially encourage people, if you have found religion that brings you peace, comfort, and encourages you to be more loving, that is wonderful, and I'm happy for you, you know? I don't want people pushing the religion on me, because that does not feel loving to me. Let's see, Bruna said, I agree with you. Whichever being, God, religion, or book that gives you hope to keep going in life is fine. I would not slash and try to destroy someone's belief if it gives them life. And yeah, exactly. I am not one to poo-poo on what makes others happy. As long as you are not hurting others, like, you're encouraged by me to do what makes you feel good and happy and brings you motivation, love, wisdom, all that, regardless of what religion you may practice. I don't discriminate against that. I have friends from all walks of life and faiths. Even in high school, I was friends with a group of very Orthodox Jewish people, and, you know, it doesn't, even if I don't practice that religion, I will never say anything bad about someone committing to their beliefs and what is right. Oh, thank you, Bruno. You have a good day at work. I actually have to leave for work too now. So you have a good one also. Everyone have a great day. Do something that makes you happy today. That's my encouragement. All right? Love you all. Bye.